Today I'm going to be showing you guys the most essential Roblox Studio plugins that I think every developer should have. Now I want to let you guys know that none of the plugins are ranked in order. These are just the best plugins that I've been using for months and months, and I think are worth you guys checking out. So the first plugin I'm going to be showing you guys is called Tool Grip Editor. Now, I want to mention that all of the plugins I use in today's video will be linked down in the description below. Now, how you guys use Tool Grip Editor is very, very simple. First thing you want to do is actually navigate up to the Tool Grip Editor plugin and click on it. Then you want to press Edit Tool Grip. Now, you will see a hand that you are actually able to move around here and then adjust the tool grip. As you guys can see, the grip on the flashlight is now fixed. Another thing you can do with this plugin is actually rotate the grip around like so. The next plugin I want to show you guys is called Elttob Reclass. Now this plugin is very, very useful for those of you who find yourself constantly inserting something you did not mean to insert. For example, if you inserted a screen GUI but you actually meant to insert a billboard GUI, this plugin makes it really, really simple to reclass the screen GUI into a billboard GUI. Now to demonstrate what I mean, if I were to insert a screen GUI into starter GUI and I actually meant to make that a billboard GUI, all you have to do is go up here to the reclass now and then hit billboard GUI. Now this makes it super, super easy and simple to reclass your stuff, and it is a huge time saver for all developers. The next plugin I want to mention is RoDefender. What RoDefender does is it basically scans your entire game for viruses or back-end scripts that you did not mean to insert. This is primarily useful when you are inserting a bunch of stuff from the toolbox that you do not know what it contains. Now in the most recent updates of Roblox, it actually does tell you if a script is being inserted, but sometimes you may miss this. So having RoDefender to scan your game and remove those back-end viruses is very, very helpful. As you can see, all you have to do is click on it and it will show up a banner here that says how many viruses were removed. The next plugin is called UiDesign. Now if you click into this here, what this does is allows you to create drop shadows, reposition your GUI into the spot you want, insert screen GUI, scrolling frames, all of that, all within this one plugin. Now just to quickly demonstrate what this plugin does, I'm going to insert a screen GUI, and then inside of that screen GUI, I'm going to insert a frame. And as you guys can see, the frame is all the way up here in the corner. Now what if I want this to be centered without having to drag this here? All you have to do is tap anywhere on the plugin that you want to reposition your GUI and then hit position GUI. Now, not only does this move the GUI in the center of the screen, it actually anchors it so that it will not move unintended on other devices. This saves me so much time when I'm developing my games, and I thought it was worth mentioning to help save you guys some time as well. Now, the next plugin I have for you guys is called DataStore Editor. What this does is it allows you guys to connect to your data stores inside of your game to change the saved values inside of your data stores. All you have to do to use this plugin is type in the name of your data store in your game. For example, if I had a data store called data, I would hit connect and then enter the key that I want to change. Now let's say I had a coins value inside of a data store within this game. All I'd have to do to connect to it is type in the name of that key and hit enter. Now if there is no data available, you can create data from here, and as you can see, you can make a string, a number, a boolean, anything like that. So for this example, I'm going to do a number value since we're changing coins. Now you can change this to anything. Again, if there's existing data, you will be able to see it here. So let's set this to 50 and then hit save. And just like that, it is super simple to edit, change, and see values within your data stores. The next plugin I have for you guys, and probably one of my personal favorites, is called BrushTool. Now this plugin saved me so much time when I am making maps for my games. Let me tell you guys, it is a hassle to constantly have to place down objects when creating a map. So this is a game changer. All you have to do is select the things that you want to be imported into BrushTool. For example, if I wanted to place down a bunch of trees in my game, I would simply select all the ones I want to add. And as you can see on the left side here, it allows me to add them to BrushTool. Once you have everything you want imported into BrushTool, the next thing you want to do is adjust the spacing and radius of the brush. So if I hit activate brush here, you can see the size of the brush, and as you can see, the radius of the brush changes depending on what I set this to. You want to adjust the spacing correctly, because if you have it too low, this is what happens. Obviously this is not ideal or playable for any map. So for my case, I'm going to set this all the way up, and as you guys can see, this is a lot more playable and a lot more viable option than simply placing down every single asset yourself. Just like that, I have a simple forest that I created. After I placed down all those trees, you guys may notice that some, if not all, the trees are actually floating above the ground. Now, the easiest way to fix this is to go to vertical offset and set it to fixed. Then you can adjust the stud slider to your liking. The next plugin I want to show you guys is called Celestial Body Dragger. Now, this plugin is especially helpful for those of you who don't want to manually set the time of day in lighting. Now, how you guys use this plugin is hit drag sun or moon and then just simply drag it across the sky. It is in the name. This plugin is so easy to use and saves me a lot of time when I'm developing. Now, as I mentioned, this also works if you want to drag the moon. Now, for all of my UI designers out there, this plugin is for you. The plugin I am talking about is called AutoScale Lite. Now, this plugin essentially fixes the super annoying issue where if you create a GUI on your computer and then test it out on other devices, it may not be in the same size or position you intended it to be. For example, if I go to Starter GUI and then insert a Screen GUI, and then after that insert a frame inside of the Screen GUI, what you guys may notice is that if I move this here and then scale it up, and then go to Test, and then Device Emulator, it is no longer in the same position I intended it to be. Now, as I mentioned previously, AutoScale Lite fixes this issue, and all you have to do to use it is hit Scale under Position, and then Scale under Size. And after that, you can go up here to where it says Add Constraint, and click it. Now, as you guys can see, if I go back up to Test and then Device Emulator, no matter what device I click, the Screen GUI will stay in the same position I intended it to be. The next plugin I have for you guys is called Model Transform. Now, what this does is you can take literally any model in your game and stretch it out, resize it, whatever you want to do. Now, as you guys may know, if you insert a model into Roblox and then try to stretch it out or resize it, it just does not work. It is set to a fixed scale position that you cannot change. But what Model Transform does is it actually bypasses this and allows you to stretch out your model. So how you guys use this is you can find the X, Y, and Z around your model. All you have to do is simply click on one of these points and then drag it out. Now, as you guys can see, if I hit transform, it actually stretches the model over to that position. The same thing works for the Y-axis. So if I hit the Y-axis node here and then stretch it up and hit transform, it actually stretched the model upwards. Now, the next plugin I have for you guys actually fixes this annoying Z fighting issue within Roblox. This one is super simple to use, and all you have to do is select the part that is having a Z fighting issue and then open up the plugin. After that, select X and then hit fix, select Y, hit fix, select Z, hit fix, and as you guys can see, the Z fighting is immediately fixed on both of these parts. Now, the very last plugin I have for you guys is called Edge Smoother. Now, what this plugin does is it smooths the edges of any part in your game. For example, you guys can see this part is very obviously squared and does not have smooth edges. Now, if I open up the plugin, you guys can see I can actually select how smooth I want this part to be. So if I select 5 and then hit smooth, it smooths out the edges of the part. Now, if you don't like the result the plugin gave you, all you have to do is hit unsmooth and it will revert the changes. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want more tutorials just like this one.